I've been brought up in a world of gaming. From Mario to Mass Effect, games are the number one in the entertainment market. I'm going to find out if the actual game obsession does go away with age.
How long have you been actually collecting games?
I've been collecting games from as long as I can remember, really. I mean, the first games I ever got for back in probably going back now to 1989, I think, when I was 4 or 5 years old, coming into 4 to 5, and that was obviously Sega games, and yeah, it's basically just a progression from then, really. As through the years, as the computers have taken off, it's just, yeah, it's become my life, really.
In a way, would you spend 7 hours if you had no games? No games existed. Would you spend 7 hours reading a book?
Probably not.
Would you spend 7 hours watching TV?
Oh God, no.
So gaming would be a big part of your life.
Well, yeah. Well, when I have the time to do it, I just really enjoy it.
So how long average would you say you play on a game?
What, a specific game, or?
Just an average game.
At the moment, I've probably, a big game of mine is Minecraft, which came out the end of last year, and I've probably spent, I've got a couple of saves, and I've probably spent about 10 game days, as in like 24 hours times 10, so it's 240 odd hours just on Minecraft alone.
How much time would you play? Say you play.
When I first played
Xbox
Xbox 360, I would spend hours on it. I actually did spend quite a lot of time on it.
Which would you say
Well,
average?
Average a day.
Yeah. Would you usually spend?
Not on the college day or school day.
No, average, like when you first had it.
About 5 hours.
5 hours, average.
Probably, yeah.
How many consoles do you have, Nick?
Right, basically I've got all the modern day consoles, which is obviously 3 of them: the Xbox, PlayStation, the Wii. I've got a 3DS, and I've got the PlayStation, what's it called? PSP, sorry. That's all the modern day consoles. And then as you go back, pretty much every generation of consoles I own, from Sega, Nintendo, so you go GameCube, PS2, Xbox, you go back even further, then you've got the PlayStation, the N64, the Sega Saturn, the Dreamcast, the Mega Drive, Master System, the NES, Spectrums, I've had a couple of those as well. I've got an Amiga, I've got PC, I've had a PC, obviously upgrading over the years as well, so pretty much anything you can think of, in a sense, I've owned.
Why did you get into Halo?
I went around a friend's house, they were all playing it, and I was really rubbish, I was real bad, and I just thought, I just want to beat my mates, and I started playing a lot, started beating them, started playing online.
So how much games would you say you have?
Games I would say I have, for the PC I would probably estimate maybe 500 plus, easy. Obviously there's games everywhere in this room, but there's loads and loads of games I've got even in the attic which I haven't even got out because I just haven't got room. But that's just for the PC alone. For the consoles, most consoles I might have 100 games plus for. My old Sega, because I collect Sega games, I've probably got maybe 400 games just for the Sega Mega Drive and Master System alone. Let alone PlayStation 1, which I've been collecting recently, which I've also got, coming up to nearly 300 for now, which I'm slowly adding to daily, just, to complete a collection.
When do you reckon you changed? What age do you reckon? Was it just because of work, or was it just...
It's just, my parents got really annoyed with me, really, and said, get a job instead of playing on games and stuff, so
okay.
That's when I stopped, really.
Obsessive gaming is a problem, or do you reckon there's nothing wrong with it, really?
It can class as a problem, and it can't class as a problem. Some of the content in the games, if it's put into the wrong hands, then yes. Obviously they have problems like, their Grand Theft Auto, for example, was released a few years ago, and people were going out trying to copy the game. And they were going out there and actually stealing cars and things. So, if it's getting into the people's hands that are, younger, which they shouldn't be anyway. But I've worked in a game shop, and it's like, if the kid wants a game, the parent's going to come along and they're just going to go, yeah, we're going to get it for him. All we can do as the people selling it is saying, that's an age-restricted game, he shouldn't really be playing that. And obviously the parents, half the time they're just going to go, yeah, it's fine. But then you do get parents that do, they do care about things like that. And like I said, it does cause problems. It is going to cause problems. It is an obsession. It is an obsession in a way, because people do it. Lots of people do it. You know, it's just addiction. It is addictive. I mean, I could almost say playing games can be as addictive as smoking. I mean, I found it was. Before I started smoking, I played games loads. You know, terrible. I mean, I smoke loads now and play games. They're both addictions, you know. There's two things I do which are both exactly the same. You know, apart from one's killing me and one's not. You know, what's really the difference? So,
where would you put yourself between an average gamer or an obsessive gamer?
Probably slap bang in the middle.
If you were to put yourself in between average gamer or a obsessed gamer, where would you put yourself?
Average.
Average, yeah. On average, if you put yourself as an average gamer or an obsessive gamer?
I wouldn't even say I'm average now. I'd say like I just play it when people ask me to play. I play it now and then when I'm really bored.
Put yourself between average gamer and obsessive gamer, where would you put yourself?
see, that's another difficult one. I mean, 10 years ago, I would have called myself an obsessive gamer, because when I was in school, I didn't really have much of a life out of school as such, and that was out of choice because I used to play games. As I've gotten older, I still play games a lot, but as you get older, you get priorities. You have to work. You're going to start a family eventually, aren't you? So, I mean, I would say it's in between, as it would have been obsessive before I would have called myself, but I'm not so obsessive now, but I still am.
By Joe's documentary, I found that the game obsession to some people does go over the edge. People get enjoyment from these games.